Hello, this is Oshi, and this is gonna be a monthly one main energy reading, so to speak, to set the tone for the month. This is more like what is it that you can work with than, you know, this is what's going to happen. So I like to do my reading in a way that you can actually work with them. I'm not saying, you know, you can't work with other types of readings, but I have the intention to set them up as something that you can expand on, you can build up on, and that's why I do simplified version of a reading for the monthly. So one tarot card, one oracle, and this is just the zodiac sign cards, so I don't have to, you know, think about how to pick them. I haven't shuffled yet because I kind of forgot that the month is already, you know, nearing to an end and I need to post this. So I'm gonna shuffle, pull a few cards, two cards, and talk about it, and then move on. Every sign is going to be timestamped down below, so you just have to click on your star, moon, or rising. If your sun sign is not your sun sign is not resonating, check the moon sign or the rising. For me, usually the moon sign is the one where I get the message if for some reason the sun sign reading is not connecting. But I haven't run into any readings where I, you know, couldn't immediately connect to one of them. So I think that they work, but sometimes you have to find which sign works best for you with a certain reader. So yeah, let's start. I'm gonna shuffle these first, so they're gonna be in random order. Okay, and we have Gemini first, and I'm using the Angelarium deck, the year 1 and 2, for these readings. I mean, I could use the other one, my astrological deck, but let's see. Okay, I'm not going to do extensive shuffle, just shuffle the deck once and then work with the top cards. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is gonna be here. Let's put Gemini under here. Oh, why is it everything is so messy? Come on. And let's shuffle this while the neighbor's dog is barking. So the main energy is going to be the tarot card. These are just for additional information, or maybe, you know, with clarity, because sometimes you might don't know where to start with what you're supposed to work with. Okay. Let's see, am I in screen? Seems to be. So, Gemini, your card is the 8 of Pentacles, and your oracle is make a mission statement for your soul. Awesome. So, 8 of Pentacles is hard work, but it's that type of work when it gets into it can be a bit repetitive because you're perfecting something that you already worked on. So it's definitely not something new. Think about projects in your life that you already put effort into, and something that's close to you. You know, something that you would do for you and not for other people or external expectation. Because you have to concentrate on something that's important to you, that's special, like the rose was for the little prince. And you need to put in the work, because if you put in the work for a month, you know, starting from now, even if you stopped working with it for a while, it will start showing result again. And maybe you were not working with this. I kind of have that feeling that you were not working with this because you got discouraged that, you know, you did the work and it was not showing enough or any result, and you thought that you know, you were doing something wrong. But it's not. It's just that you were at the threshold where you need to push through, like, you know, get the shovel and start digging. kind of feeling. And you know, if you don't know if you stop and you just stopped inches before finding the treasure, or you know, you still have a lot to go, you just don't know. All you can do is go on, work, and put your effort into it, because that's how it's going to work, and that's how it's going to grow. So yeah, that's for your monthly to work with. Come back and tell me what was the project, because I'm curious. Okay, next up we have Capricorn. Your card is the Two of Pentacles, and we have Changemaker, make waves. Okay, Capricorn, so Two of Pentacles, it's about finding balance in something that you love to do and something you need to do. Everyday life stuff, like you need to work because that's how the world right now works, unfortunately, that sometimes we need to do something that we don't really like or we're not passionate about, but that's how we earn money. That's how we can support ourselves. But there's also that side that you know, that makes you happy, and your hobbies or whatever, you know. And it's important to focus on, you know, taking care of your responsibilities, because if you start running away from them, they're gonna catch up at some point and just bury you. So that's never a good thing. But you also have to make sure that you find time, even if it's like one day a week, when you take the afternoon and you sit down and or get up and dance, you know, read, do something that actually fills up your soul. So it's not just mindless TV watching, it's not just something that you think it falls into the category of, you know, hobbies and pleasure. It needs to be something that actually feeds your soul. And we're so different type of people that it can be very different for, you know, each of us. So just, you will know, and you know, you need to concentrate on that one. And interesting, because Changemaker, make waves, this might be a chance for this month to find something that would get you out of this repetitive hamster wheel kind of feeling, you know, when you're just like work, play, work, play, work, play. Maybe you will find something related to work or the play part that will actually get things better. Maybe you've come up with a new system how to deal with things, or at work you will find something that will revolutionize how you guys do things over there. Even if you work alone, you might find a new way to do something. So be open to the possibility, to new ideas, to fix something in a different way, because that can have a big impact on your life, but it can be something that you can work with in a long term and in a bigger way, and that could actually work for other people as well. And that could be, you know, an opportunity to find a better way to earn that income. Yes, that's for your monthly, and let's move on. Okay, next one is Cancer. Your card is Seven of Wands, and we have success in transformation. Okay, so Seven of Wands, I think it shows in the card as well. I like that there are trees here and there are trees there. It's about that place when you draw the line and you're ready to protect what's yours. It's not an easy place to be, usually, but success is in transformation. So you're going through these changes, and by changes I mean people around you might questioning what you're doing, and you feel that everyone is just poking at you and they want something from you, and they keep coming at you for next month, and you will feel you're under attack, maybe not necessarily in a very heavy way, but that constant nudging way that can be very draining. And you need to draw that line in the sand and say, this is enough, I'm standing up for myself. And if you can do that, you know, if you can work with finding that inner strength, there is going to be a switch and how do I want to say this? Not switch necessarily, but a shift. That's the word I was looking for. A shift in either your perspective, how you see the world, or your actual 3D physical life. There is going to be a noticeable shift for the better. But you have to, you know, you have to stand up and you have to hold your ground. So it's important to maybe spend time in nature, because for Cancers it can be very relaxing just to be outside in nature and, you know, not surrounded by people, because Cancers are traditionally, not every Cancer obviously, because we're not just one sign, but Cancers are a water sign. They are very much tuned to their own emotions, and depending on where you are at your spiritual growth, that can be something that, you know, your empathy in a way that, I know that this word gets used too much and in a negative way these days, but it means that you're really responsive and sensitive to other people's emotions, which means that you can, if you don't know how to guard yourself, you can get drained emotionally. But if you go outside and just sit, you don't have to meditate in a traditional way, because a lot of people can't do that because they don't know how to start with that. But you can go outside somewhere for 5 minutes and just sit in the peace and quiet, and that's meditation as well, connecting to something bigger than you and letting those, you know, anxious feeling go. That's very important for you this month. Okay, let's move on. Next one is Leo. Your card is the 5 of Cups, and we have your magic, which is the Magician as well. So you have 2 tarot cards in a way. So 5 of Cups, it's not an easy place to be. It's usually when we are after experiencing a loss in some sort of ways. It can be a relationship, loss of a job, loss of faith in yourself, just, you know, something heavy that has a big impact on our lives, and we are not able to move away from the feeling that quickly. You know, that place when you just get drowned in negative emotions. But you are magic, and magicians are someone who can create something, not out of thin air, but from everything that's around them. So your job, so to speak, for the month is to take a look around and see what is it that you have left after experiencing the loss. What is it? Not, you know, not just look at what you have lost, because you looked at it for quite a long time now. Look at what remained and what you can build upon from there, because there is something around you that you can start something new with, but you have to take the conscious effort to, you know, work with it. It's not going to fall into your lap, unfortunately. But Leos can be, you know, very self-assured and confident in a way that, you know, if you put your mind to something and you're like, I'm gonna do that, most fire signs are like that, but Leos as well, then, you know, you can turn something small around and make it a big thing. But you have to get over that loss. It sounds not so nice, because, you know, get over it, I don't mean it that way. But you have to let those negative feelings go, because they are just holding you back right now. They're not helping processing anything anymore. So find that small thing and build something great from it, because you can do that. You have that fire inside of you. Then, you know, you can light everything around you up in a good way. Okay, that was Leo. Let's move on. Okay, fellow Aquarius, your card is 7 of Swords and you the Muse. Okay, another pairing where we have also a tarot, the Empress, as well. Okay, so usually, you know, the Seven of Swords is someone doing something sneaky and trying to get away with it. It can be, it's always, you know, two-sided, like double-edged sword. It's either you doing the sneaky stuff, trying to take something that's not yours and getting away with it, but it's not going to happen because there's always someone who knows. And even if it's just you who knows what happened, it's going to eat up at your, you know, conscience, because if you're watching pick a cards and your, you know, monthly readings, it means that you're trying to be a better person. So knowingly doing something bad, you might justify it for a little, you know, period of time, but it will come back and you will be like, okay, I messed up. Sometimes we have to go through that as well, but it's okay to not, you know, actually do the thing you were thinking about doing. Or it can be someone around you who's trying to, you know, F you over and trying to be sneaky and take something from you. But what is important for you to remember is that you have what it takes to create what you want to create. You're the muse, you are that creative force that can create whatever project you're working on, whatever goals, ideas, dreams you have. Even if other people are trying to take that away, you don't have to worry, because you have everything you need to start and to start growing it. Also, it's an indication to don't try to cut corners, because in the long term it's not going to work. So be honest about the work that you need to put in the work, even if it's too much and you're tired, and know that it will bring back the results. You know, you will get those grapes if you take care of the grapevine. But that's the only way to do it correctly, and you have to, you know, do it correctly. Okay, that's for Aquarius. Next is Virgo. We have Queen of Pentacles and the Creator of Earth. Okay, Pentacles are Earth, as Earth signs as well, so definitely a connection. For Virgo, it's going to be, for you, it's going to be a very abundant. That's the abundant in a way that you're going to start building abundance around you. It's going to be very focused heavily on earthly everyday things, you know, financials, jobs, taking care of other people, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, who's that energy that, just think about someone who's always taking care of other people, who is ready to cook you food, who's gonna listen to you when you need, you know, someone to listen to your problems, but who's always going to say that, you know, eat your vegetables as well, because they know what's good for you, and they won't let you not do that as well. So it's not an enabling person, it's someone who actually takes care of you. And that energy with the Creator of Earth, which is also like you have that power to create something related to everyday things, like financial and, like I said, work, and, you know, 3D day-to-day things. And yeah, Virgo is Virgo. I keep forgetting. I'm very not good at these signs, but I think Virgo is a Earth sign. Oh God, where are my notes? Yeah, Virgo is Earth sign, so I just wasn't, you know, sure for a second. So everything is Earth, everything is in your element for this month. So whatever you're trying to achieve, you know, new job, new family, maybe taking better care of your family, bringing them together, it's going to be a very good month for that. So you can put in the work and it's going to, you know, end up with a good result. I like that. I like that for you. So yeah, please come back and tell me what did you do with the month. Okay, next up is Pisces, and we have Ace of Pentacles, cool, and Feed Your Artist. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity, so there is going to be an opportunity, a creative one, but you don't have to be an artist for this. It just means that it's going to be related to something that, you know, feeds your soul and feeds your inner creative. And, you know, creative doesn't have to be artist and writer or dancer or whatever. It can be someone, it just means something or someone who creates something new out of something that they have, or, you know, something new they bring into their lives. But why I like the Ace of Pentacles is because this opportunity has the potential of, you know, turning into something long term. If you can find it and use it, you will be able to build upon it and make something, especially financially, successful in the long term. So keep an eye out, and even if the opportunity, you know, doesn't feel like something that you would normally do, just think about it. You know, it's an opportunity. Give it a go and see what it happens, because it could be something that has a long-term good and positive effect on your life. Yeah, that's okay. That's for you, and yeah, good luck. Okay, next up is Libra. Your card is the Six of Wands and Fierce Serenity, which is also strength, because this deck works like that. So we have two tarot. This is the third pairing, and I find that's very interesting. The Six of Wands is something so interesting. The Six of Wands is something where you gain public recognition for something that you did. You know, this is the place where other people start to notice that, hey, you're doing something and you're doing it right and it's working. And, you know, it doesn't have to be immediately like, you know, getting awards or making public speeches, though it could happen if it's, you know, at that stage already. But it could be just that the people around you start to see that whatever you're doing with your life is working. And with the strength, it's important to not get too full of yourself in a way. You know, don't get inflated by the compliments. Keep that inner strength to continue doing the work, but because this is just one step and one milestone, you can and you should celebrate it and appreciate that you already came this far, because, you know, we have to do that in order to be able to feed our souls to move forward. But it's very important to keep that humble energy as well. Also, what I'm thinking about right now, what came through is some people might, you know, start making negative comments because they see your success. It unfortunately happens, and the strength might be required so that you won't lose your confidence and you don't give in to petty arguments about it, because that's their things that they need to work through. That's their shadow work. You just need to concentrate on what you're still doing, and, you know, don't let those negative, if there is any negative comments, take away from the joy that you're experiencing, because this means you actually did the work and, you know, you deserve the recognition. Okay. Next is Aries. Your cards are Judgment and you are Light. Okay, so your work for the month is pretty much shadow work, because Judgment is that place when we think back and admit our faults, but we also recognize that the bad decisions, the bad qualities that we worked with and worked through are also part of us, and that's what makes us who we are today. And this month you might feel that, you know, to be drawn into more negative self-talk or being too critical about who you are and what you achieved so far. But it's important to remember that you're not just that shadowy side that you're trying to concentrate on, that your mind is trying to talk you into, you know, going around and around in circles about, but you're light as well, and you're good as well. We all have goodness in ourselves. I mean, okay, not maybe not all, but those people have different things they need to experience in this life. But let's agree that whoever is watching this video, we all have light as well as shadow, and that's okay. Because we need both to create something whole, because you can't see the light if you don't know how shadow looks like. But it's important to not dwell too much into the negative side, you know, because that ends up in a negative cycle and will draw a lot of energy out of you. And you have a lot of energy, you're a fire sign, you like to go through and go forward and do things. But so you might get discouraged easily if you see negative feedback on something. But you have to remember that's part of you and you're working on it, and concentrate on the good parts as well. Okay, Sagittarius, your cards are Queen of Wands, and what does your soul say? Can you say it differently? What does your soul say? I mean, that folk song. You always, seriously, I'm gonna sing that all day now. Not that I mind. So Sagittarius, what I'm thinking, fire, kind of fiery. So yeah, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is someone who they don't demand attention, but they immediately draw attention to them when they enter the room, and they like being in the center of attention. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, that's not me. And if you're not that, what you need to work with this month is, what is it that would light you up? You know, what is your soul trying to light up? I'm using the fire because there's a lot of fire that would transform you into that magnetic and attractive person, even if you're not looking for it, and even if you don't realize that that's what you are. Because when someone who's passionate about a topic is talking, you get drawn to them immediately, because their passion and their enthusiasm shows. And for you, for this month, you know, with the looking glass as well, circling inside and just finding that everything is looking, you know, and searching for something in these cards. So you have to find that little spark, creative spark, that will add to your life, that could, you know, energize you and make you enthusiastic about something. You have to find something that you're passionate about and work with that for the month. And because everyone is looking, I'm thinking that it's not part of your life yet, so it's gonna be something new. So keep an eye open, and not just, you know, let opportunities come to you, but actually try to go and find new things that you enjoy. That, you know, maybe you always wanted to try salsa dancing, but you were like, oh, I don't know how to dance, it might be, you know, I will feel stupid. But no, if you see a salsa class this month, sign up, or go fishing, or just start walking. If you know, always wanted to hike, but you were like, that might be boring, I don't know, you know, if I can pay attention to, not pay too much attention to my phone while I walk. Put away your phone for 5 minutes and start walking, and you know, stuff like that. So find something that you feel like you're drawn to, but for whatever reason you resisted it so far, because that will be something that can ignite you and, you know, make you a much more whole person. That's what I'm getting. Okay. And we have Scorpio with 9 of Swords and fearless expression. 9 of Swords is not an easy place to be, though it's not as bad as the 10, so you can still stop the worry. And interesting, if you look at the illustration for the Scorpio card here, and I'm going to put it up so you can see it better. The figure is, you know, kind of stands in the ruins and clutching this sword and feeling, it looks like they are, you know, feeling alone and lonely or lost a bit. And this has the similar feeling. You can sometimes spend too much nights up worrying and thinking about things that, you know, future tripping, just thinking about how the future is going to be really bad and not imagining anything positive, because like, you think you're building up on current events or current energies, but this is just your fear talking. And I know it's hard to let this go, because I've been here many times. But you have to also be able to say it out loud that, hey, I have a problem, in a way that, not problem necessarily as in the picture that it's alcohol or anything, substance abuse, though it could be. But you have to admit out loud, at least to yourself, look into the mirror and say out loud, hey, I'm depressed, or I'm worried about the future. Because trust me, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't look into the mirror and talk to themselves, which is something that we collectively need to work on. But if you can identify the problem and where the fear comes from, you can start working with this. So, because it's not an easy thing to do, the first step is, you know, admitting you have a problem and identifying why you're so fearful. What is it that that keeps you up all night? What the cause is for anxiety, and then see what you can work with it from that point. Because, you know, you can always do the 2 type of fears list thing, where you list things out that you have control over, and you list things out that you don't have control over. And then you look at the list that you don't have control over and say, I can't do anything about it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And it's not easy, but you can do that. And then you look at the other list and start working with those elements. And then, you know, you have something that you can actually do, and not just sit and worry. So yeah, first step for this month is to identify what's making you anxious and worried. And last up we have Taurus with, oh, the Empress, awesome. Unstick the stuck. Okay, so the Empress is the creative energy. She is someone who knows what they want, have everything they need in order to create it, and they actually put in the work and they create it. So whatever project you want to bring into life, also just for the select few, if you want children, this is going to be a good month to try to get pregnant, because you have that energy. And if you don't want to, pay attention to, you know, use protection and the likes. So if you don't want to end up with another child or a child, but it's more about that positive side, that where if you want to create something, you can do that. And it could be a new life, visioning something new for yourself, and start working with those ideas and dreams. And it's going to be a good month for making progress with it. So yeah, definitely starting something that might have suffered setbacks in the past month or even a year. So yeah, that was for your monthly. Hope this was useful. Please take a look around on my channel. I offer free readings if you need more personal help with a topic that you would like to take a look at. And see you in the next one. Bye.